What's up, Jocelyn? Roger Palmer, what's up? How you doing, brother? You up late, huh? Yeah, you're up late. Jocelyn, how are you? What's up, Bash? Hey, Rosie. It's late. I'm surprised this many people are awake. So I read an article earlier that Instagram lives keep going out and shutting down. What's up, Adrian? Oh, thanks, Sam. So I'm telling you guys up front, the article said that Instagram has a glitch and it keeps on going out, saying due to poor connection. So if it disconnects, I apologize. That's right, millionaires are made after midnight, baby. So we could knock out some Q&A, just have a little fun or whatever. Mauricio, what is up? Mr. Vidal, ¿qué pasó? I missed you today, Frankie. I don't think I saw you. What's up, Huyen? It's always like the same 100 people on here every night. So what's working for you guys? So like I said, if the connection goes out, then there's nothing I could do, okay? But I read an article. What was the approach? Yeah, you can throw your questions in that question mark too, and then we could pop them up for everyone to see. Junior Morales, back on deck. If you want to come on live with me, you can send me an invite. We could have a short conversation. That'd be cool. But send me an invite if you want to. Andrew Cisneros, what's up, brother? John Sordo, my dude. What's up, John Sordo? So this is my man cave, guys. But I haven't done anything with it yet. It's literally just my man cave. It's got all my guitars in it. And I was going to put a big old TV in there. But I haven't done that yet. But I'm thinking about doing it. But yeah, like I said, if you want to come on live and we could chat, that's cool. If not, you could just throw your questions down here. What was your approach to prospecting when you were new? So I like to just go places that I'm comfortable. The gym, Sprouts, which is a market. I like to go to different places like that. And basically all I do is start a quick conversation and I say, hey, do you mind if I ask what you do for a living? You look sharp. You look like you're in business or something like that. I wanted to find out what you do for a living. They tell me what they do. And I say, do you like it? Do you love it? You want to do it forever? You keep your options open. We've been interviewing all week. You look like the type of person that we'd interview and we'd want to work with. And take it from there. I'll just tell you, the right person always says yes. If they're not open, they ain't open. Nothing you could do about it. I tell them I'll have my assistant reach out to them the next day, shoot them a call, and then we rock and roll. That's pretty much it. I think prospecting is it's a numbers game. It's the part of the business where you're going to get the most rejection or the most no's. Elias G 111369. Sam, that's who you should talk to about prospecting. Elias is direct to me. He was a cold market prospect from the gym. He did 30 policies and 29 recruits his first 30 days in the business with me about 3 months ago. Freaking stud. But anyways, it's a numbers game, man. You got to run the numbers, Sam. Accept the fact that you're going to get a lot of no's and a lot of rejection, but it's not rejection. The right person always says yes. Keep on running through it. Don't get emotionally attached. Call them the next day. And, get a script that works for you. Matt Welsh. Sam, let me give you another piece of advice. You should direct message Matthew Welsh if you don't know him. He's a prospecting monster. He has one. He came to my office and did a prospecting training, and it was one of the best, probably the best prospecting training I've ever sat through. He's phenomenal, and he runs a solid business out in San Diego with Allie, his fiance. But anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much my approach. We got 170 people on. Hey, Matt, if you're not naked, send me a request to go live with me, and let's chat about prospecting a little bit. I think it's the thing that most people struggle with the most in the business. Yeah, you say get on live with Matt now. Matt's my boy. I love that dude. And Matt, send me a request to go live with me. Let's chat it up. But meanwhile, while you do that, let's go to another question here. How do you know if you're too pushy with new recruits? How do you do that, Matt? I don't know. Someone tell Matt how to do that. I don't know how to do it, Matt. Let me see if I could. Oh, here we go. Matt, accept. Click upset, Matt. Let's do it. Matt, I ain't never done this before, bro. I got 200 people on here. There he is. Wait. Matt, we can't hear you, though. You talking, Matt? Hold on. Can anyone on here hear Matt Welsh? Now I can hear you, Matt. Matt, I can't hear you, Matt. You don't have no signal down there, bro? Oh, Matt, you're about to issue with new recruits. You got to have a relationship with them, first of all, okay? Have a relationship with them. And, dang, this thing is popping. I didn't know so many people are up at this time of night. Matt, disconnect your Bluetooth. Try it without Bluetooth, Matt. Adrian, call Matt and tell him what to do. So number one, you got to have a relationship with them. Hi, Tallene. Tallene, your new profile picture ain't no joke. Okay. So number one, Tallene, you need to come back to the meeting. I'm about to be pushy with you. They're asking, how do I know if I'm too pushy with recruits? Tallene is a beast and hasn't been in the meeting in like a month and a half, everybody. Tallene Zilifian, send her a message and tell her to come back to the meeting. Taryn, you want to join? Taryn, do you have a question? I can't have you come on here if you're going to be pole dancing or something. I know, Adrian. We're working on it right now. Matt's trying to figure out how to do this thing. Send me an ad. All right, here we go. Let's try it, Matt. We're about to make history, Matt. Tallene, get back in the meeting. Tallene. Oh, wait, no, I almost blocked you, Matt. That won't be good. Can you imagine that? Go live with Matt Welsh. All right, Matt, we're waiting for you to join. Oh, my boy.
Oh, my man.
Oh, dude. It's about to get real. This is going to be all over Instagram right now. 220 live watchers.
Could I see?
Hey, everybody, just let me tell you, there's one way that me and Matt are going to do things like this more often, and that's if you screenshot this and you put it all over your story and you tag us, because we ain't trying to waste time with duds. What's up, beautiful Matt Welsh?
How you doing, brother, man?
Matt, we're going to answer questions together, bro.
Let's do it. I drive away from the office.
Okay, as long as you keep your signal good, we'll be rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
So Matt Welsh. Everyone's going to post this all over their story, but we got some questions here, Matt. I got a whole grip of them. How do you know if you're too pushy with your new recruits? So tell me, Matt, you built a huge business. You and Allie are crushing it out there with Alex and Stephanie Haynes, Uncle Chip in San Diego. How do you know if you're too pushy with your new recruits?
I would say if they start avoiding you. I mean, one of the things that I trained out about in my office tonight was just
Did you just get out of
understanding.
BPM?
Yeah, I just got done.
Nice.
Yeah, and so one of the things that I trained on was understanding the 6 human needs of people. And you just got to understand that every person's motivated by different things. And if you're
Right.
constantly looking for, if you understand what motivates each individual, you can motivate them. And then it's no longer you being pushy. Like I always tell my people, like I always tell our guys, like, listen, I'm not here to tell you what you need to hear or what you want to hear. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be your coach and help you win in business, you know? So
Right.
if you don't want to win in business, don't listen to what I'm saying. But the only difference between criticism and advice is the way you take it, you know?
Right.
So it's
Oh
not
yeah.
criticism. It's not being pushy. I'm just going to tell you what you need to hear. And you may not always like it. You may not always want to hear it, but it's what you need. And if you actually apply it, you're going to go to the next level.
How powerful is that, guys? He said the only difference between criticism and advice is the way you take it. That is freaking fire, Matt.
Well, I appreciate
Damn.
it.
No wonder you're stacking up big money over there and making
Come
big
on,
teams.
man. I'm trying to duplicate you, brother, man.
And you got to have a relationship with your recruits, guys. Don't be pushing people that you don't have a relationship with. You got to make emotional deposits before you could take withdrawals.
100%. 100%.
How about
Like,
this one, Matt? Go ahead.
yeah.
No,
I
go
was
ahead. Tell
saying,
me what you're going to say.
when was the last time you went to the bank and withdrew money that you didn't deposit? You know, when was the last time you got a return on money you didn't invest, right? So if you're not investing in your people and they don't know you actually genuinely care, like the reason I can be like a coach to my people and actually coach them and tell them what they need to hear is because they know I love them first. You know, like
Amen.
they know that it's coming from love and they know that I care about them and they know that they're my family as well. And so I can push them because they know it's all love and it's not me like just being a dick. It's like me actually loving you and caring for you. Like I love you so much that I'm not going to allow you to stay where you're at. You know, I love you so much that I got to tell you how it is. Let everybody else in your life make you feel comfortable. Let everyone in your life tell you how great you're doing. Let everybody in your life tell you how special you are. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to coach you on what you need so that way you can actually move forward in your life.
Amen. Amen. All right, here's a popular topic, man. Everybody wants to know about. What's your approach prospecting when you're new?
When you're
By the way, before Matt answers that, guys, you can't be texting me. Some of you guys are texting me questions. You need to put your questions in the box down there. Otherwise, I ain't going to see them. All right, go, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, when you're new, focus on your warm market, right? A lot of people, I feel like so many people go cold without ever going warm. And our
Right.
company is built to be a warm market business. So focus on your warm market, especially if you're credible. If you're credible, it's game over. But if you are not the most credible person or you've gone through your warm market because you've been in the business for quite some time, whenever you come across somebody that has good service, you know, I got this from Ed Milet, who built one of the largest, if not the largest agency one of the largest agencies that our industry's ever seen. You know, he always
Right.
just, hey, listen, you know, this might sound strange and I don't mean to sound strange at all, but our firm is growing a ton right now. We just opened up a brand new location, a brand new branch, and we're actively looking for good people. Obviously, I can't guarantee anything, but you seem like the type of person that can excel within our firm. If you happen to have a business card on you, I'd love to get you in contact with our expansion department. And
Boom.
then they'll stomp the yard looking for a business card that they've never ordered or never built or gotten before. And then they'll give you their number. Say, perfect, just write down your contact information. What I'll do is I'll reach out to my expansion department. If they're willing to give you a call, I'll let you know first and give you a call up front. Does that sound good? Awesome. Hey, proud of you.
Dang.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Matt Welsh, guys, is dropping some nuggets on you. If you didn't get that from Matt right now, this is why you need to reach out. This is why you need to win. This is why you need to go to Hawaii. This is why you got to go to Vegas convention and sneak your butt from the nosebleeds down onto the floor so that you could find people like myself and Matt. Actually, I don't even know if I want you to do this, but anyways, find someone else and go talk to them, and pick their brain. They want to redo, Matt. They want to hear it one more time.
I don't know.
I
Wait,
don't
real
know.
quick, can I ask you a question?
Hey, what's up?
How does it feel to be asked to speak at national convention in front of 50,000 people?
Hey, hold on. Before you go inflating my ego, everyone needs to know something here.
You guys need to know that there are only 3 SMDs in all of WFG that are going to be speaking at Vegas Convention, and 2 of them are on this Instagram Live right now. So Matt Welsh is going to be speaking on Saturday in front of 55 to 60,000 people, and then yeah, like you said, we're going to be speaking right there with them. So
I was
Matt,
hoping you'd share a mic. Maybe we can go out together and just hold the mic together.
I'm hoping they give me a Britney Spears head mic.
Man, hopefully you can sing like Britney Spears too. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Oh gosh, gold. People are saying gold. Redo. Literally just gave a prospecting script. If you didn't record, you weren't prepared. Amen, Barnabas. You know what, Barnabas? I like you. That's what I'm talking about. Barnabas is recording. I don't know how you do that, Barnabas, but you're a smart dude.
Me neither.
But, hey, Matt, tell me real quick.
Uh-huh.
What's your belief behind prospecting? Because I don't believe it's the how-to so much. I believe it's the confidence behind it that makes you so good at it. Why do you love prospecting?
I mean, I look at it as an opportunity to change someone's life. Like my dad, when I got introduced to the company, my dad was battling cancer, was super sick. We were about to lose our home. We were about to lose everything, and we weren't in a good place. And somebody prospected my brother, and my brother introduced me to the firm. And if it wasn't for my brother being prospected, my dad might not be alive today. And so the way I look at it is if I'm talking to somebody or I'm prospecting them or I'm exposing our business to them, I am doing them a favor. They're not doing me a favor. So I look at it as from a perspective of I'm about to change this person's life,
Right.
Every time I talk to somebody, I see a 19-year-old boy who needs to save their father, and so whether you're a 50-year-old woman or 40-year-old male, whatever it is, I see a 19-year-old boy who needs to save their father. And who am I to decide whether or not this person deserves to or deserves not to, save somebody in their family? It might be a brother,
right.
It might be a younger sister, it might be a son or a daughter that's going through something that, is going to cost a lot of money. And we're in a business where you can make unlimited income. And so I think that I'm being a blessing in people's lives if I expose them to WFG. I'm helping them.
That's beautiful. I love it. Felipe keeps asking me this question, so I'm going to answer it. Felipe, is your company set up as a pyramid? No, Felipe, let me just tell you. I'll tell you if you're not familiar with our industry and what we do. We're a financial management firm. We do wealth management. We do insurance. We do everything related to money. And we run the same system as real estate. So in real estate, there's a broker. There's an agent. The broker recruits, trains, and duplicates and teaches agents how to go sit down, sell homes, and do that stuff. The agents go out, they run open houses, they put signs on the street every Saturday, they go do that stuff. And so there's 2 ways that you could build a career in finance or real estate. You could either be the planner who's doing the grunt work, who's running door to door, sitting with clients, making presentations, trying to sell homes, trying to sell financial, all that good stuff. But or you could be the broker who's in charge of, at the end of the day, hiring and recruiting and training. Keller Williams is the fastest growing real estate firm in the country, and it's because they run a system that allows an agent to recruit an agent. So are we set up as a pyramid? No, sir. But do we have to do all the work? No, sir. And I just answered your question about bringing in members to work under you. So I would rather have 100 agents selling 1 client a month than me having to go sell 100 clients a month.
Distribution.
Exactly. If you want to know the ultimate pyramid, it's the IRS. They get an override on every single person in the country.
Talk about it.
And McDonald's is a pyramid scheme. That's why there's one on every corner. Matt, here's a question that where'd she go? Jocelyn asked a good question.
Okay.
What tips helped you? Hey, by the way, Felipe, if it were a pyramid and I could put you on top, I don't think you'd have a problem with it. Matt, and if you interviewed with Matt, Felipe, you need to get your butt back in there, bro, because your profile picture is sharp. And I guarantee you, no matter where you are right now, you're underpaid. Matt, you work with Allie. What tips helped you work with your significant other? What are a couple things you'd say on that?
I would say, A, I'm not her coach and she's not mine. I feel like a lot of couples are always trying to coach each other. And I think that's a recipe for like fighting and bickering. I mean, do we hold each other to high standards? Yes, but we're not each other's coach. B, when it comes to us, I trust her. So I trust her to get the job done that she's doing, and she trusts me to get my job done. So for instance, when it comes to our business, we have roles, and technically our role is whatever needs to be accomplished at that exact time we do.
Right.
But we trust each other to fulfill what she runs the operations. I'm more on the business leadership, development side, producing sales side, and she runs all the operations. So I trust her to do her part. She trusts me to do my part. And I think the reason couples have a hard time sometimes is they don't trust each other, or one's lazy and the other one's not. And it gets frustrating, right? I would say, so trust one another. And then
I'll throw something in there on that, Matt,
Yeah.
because I think you're on the same track as what I was thinking. Jocelyn, I would tell you that it's probably the hardest thing for people in the business is trying to work with their significant other. Not everybody naturally works well with their significant other, but there's two things I think you could do that would really help you. Number one is sit down and figure out what each other's love languages are. Really start to figure out because a language is something spoken that communicates and is understood. And a love language is the very fact that everybody receives love and appreciation in a different way. Some people it's by you buying them gifts. Some people it's by spending quality time with them. Some people it's by holding their hand and and hugging them and giving them a kiss every time you leave and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, for some people it's words of affirmation and appreciation and you telling them that they're a freaking badass and they're killing it. And so I think there's a disconnect when people aren't connecting because they're not showing each other appreciation in the way that they receive it. And so I think that's probably one of the best things you could do is, number one, what Matt said, is to not be each other's coach and not be on, talking down to each other and pushing each other in a way that's not healthy. But then also number two is to figure out your love language and how people communicate, because everyone communicates different. You may be, telling your partner that he's freaking awesome and he's crushing it because words of affirmation and praise is your love language, but that might not be his. And just like we speak English, people usually speak their language, but it doesn't necessarily communicate to the other person. And there's a disconnect, but you don't realize it until you sit down and figure that out. Boom. You still there, Matt? Oh, Matt's working on his service right now. But anyways, I hope that answers your question, Jocelyn. Another thing, I'm assuming y'all could still hear me, even if you can't hear Matt. So let's see here. All right, cool. So you guys could still hear me? All right, cool.
There we go.
All right, there you go. But yeah, so that's one thing I would do, Jocelyn, is figure out each other's love language. And the third thing I would do is leverage, which is have another leader that your significant other respects, reach out to them every once in a while, encourage them and challenge them. That way you don't have to do it.
Absolutely. And I would say another thing too is realize that no matter, even if for instance, let's say I'm trusting Allie to, in her department, she's trusting me in my department. If she makes a mistake, it's not she made a mistake, it's we made a mistake, and how do we fix it?
Right.
I make a mistake, it's not I made a mistake, it's we made a mistake, and how do we fix it? And so we're
right.
One, right? So we look at everything from an approach of, okay, imagine instead of facing each other, it's like we're sitting on a bench and we put the problem out on the table in front of us. And we say, okay, well, this is the problem at hand. This is what we need to improve on. This is how we need to make it better. Regardless of who caused it or who created it, the problem still needs to be fixed. So we can either A, bicker about it and blame each other, or B, we can find a solution. And so you got to find a solution every time. And then another thing that I would say on that side of things is most of the time people that are asking this question don't even really need to be asking that question yet, because most people are like, oh, well, do I do operations or do I build the business? And the question is you do whatever you need to do to get your business up and running. A lot of times people are trying to designate roles like, oh, this is your role and this is his role. Your role right now is to get your business up and rolling, right? You don't even have a business yet. You don't need to have an operations if you have nothing to operate on. So both of you need to be in the field, prospecting, building your agency, recruiting, getting the information in front of people, making the phone calls. You both need to do everything that you possibly can to grow your business. And then
Right.
once you finally have a business, maybe you become maybe you're a six-figure earner, and your SMDs. Now one of you guys can start maybe delegating. But I think it's one of those things that if you don't have anything to operate on, there's no really delegation of roles. It's both of you do whatever you need to do at any given time to move the business in the forward direction.
It's so accurate. And one of the biggest things, Matt, and I'm sure there's been times in your career where you've heard this, or you've almost wanted to say it, or it's been said to you, is, at the end of the day, both of you are hungry, you're both frustrated, you're both trying to get somewhere, you're both wanting momentum, you're both feeling the pressure, and you just ran freaking 9-10 appointments at night, or this week, or today, or Allie just ran 9-10 appointments, and one person's frustrated and the other one goes, well, I fucking ran 10 appointments all day. Like, what the hell did you do? And I hear that kind of stuff all the time. And it's one of the worst things is when people make emotional decisions, they say things emotionally, and the other person gets this feeling of, well, I've been working all day too, just because I'm not the one running appointments, or just because I'm the one who, I wasn't the one out getting prospects. You know what I mean? You ever experienced that type of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's even something that I struggled with in the very beginning too. Like, that was me. Because when Allie joined me in business, I was already an SMD and a ring earner. And so when she joined me, I kind of had the mentality of, oh, I expect you to know these things already, or I expect you to do things. And that was a mistake that I made in an area that I really needed to improve on. And that was part of that was just being immature in a relationship setting, a business relationship, I would say. But as I worked on that and it grew, that's when we really started to flourish, was when I realized that, wow, like, I might be the one on appointments and she might be the one pushing everything through. But more than anything, her role is more even important than mine, because she's the one that keeps the business. She's the one that pushes everything through. And so that was something I struggled with. But once I dug deep and realized that I was the problem and I was the issue, and I shored up my weaknesses, that's when our business started to move forward.
Right. That's so true. So true. I'm looking at all these questions right here. It's a great question, by the way, Jocelyn. And get your significant other around guys in the business that are winning, assuming your significant other is a dude. If not, then you know what I mean. Here's a good question that's been on here for a while. I feel bad. Guys, there's so many freaking questions on here. I apologize if I don't answer them. How do you mobilize to convention? How do you do it? I'll answer this real quick. Jay, when are you hitting EVC? I don't know, man. Titles don't pay bills. I make more money than some EVCs, though.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
How do you mobilize? Here's the thing. Everyone needs to go to convention, okay? Every freaking person needs to go to convention. If you're brand new, you need to go because we're telling you to go, and that's how we got where we're at. If you've been around for a while, then you need to get dissatisfied and get hungry, and you need to go to the freaking thing and drop your ego. And I'll tell you the number one way that we do it is when someone starts, they're brand new, we tell them, hey, everyone goes to this thing. We need to get you registered. I mean, it's part of the Sprint Award. It's part of the Fast Start. If you run the traditional BFS, there's an 8-day, the Sprint Award, or 7-day Sprint Award. It's part of the process registering for the next event. All I will tell you is that if it's an issue financially in your head, it's going to be an issue for your recruit. And so you need to stop. Remember, people spend $195 on one night out at the club, one night out at the bar, one trip to the grocery store, their cable bill. I mean, like, it's not a lot of money to change your life. It's not a lot of money. And it's like the gym. If you don't show up, you're not going to get results. That's really all there is to it. So everyone needs to freaking go to convention. But here's a question that's powerful that I want to answer. And I want Matt to give some feedback on. And I think this is something a lot of people struggle with. And it's this one right here. How do you sell the dream while you're living the nightmare? Such a good question, man.
That's a super good question.
Give me a random heart where I don't know it's you because I can't see it, but give me a heart if this has ever popped in your head. How am I supposed to sell the dream if I'm living the freaking nightmare? because this is something that a lot of people struggle with. You know, in the beginning, when you're struggling financially, you're not making a lot of money, you haven't had a lot of success, you haven't, look, there we got hearts flying around now. You haven't, you don't have a big team, you haven't got paid, you've never wrote an app, your freaking guest has never joined your team, you're broke as shit. Matt, how do you sell the freaking dream in the middle of all that? When you're about to get evicted, you're behind on your car payment, you got fired up and you quit your job one day, and then you show up to the office, you have no appointments, you're not even licensed yet, and then your one client who was your grandma got declined for Parkinson's. How the heck do you sell the dream?
Sounds like my first week. I would say a couple things. Number one, and that's a powerful question, by the way. I would say number one is it's not about where you're at, it's about where you're going. You know, and you got to realize that
Right.
my current present, like my present does not equal my future. The least important part about my past is, about my life is my past. My circumstances does not equal my identity. So just
Right.
because I'm currently in an environment doesn't mean that's where I'm going to be moving forward. So number one is just know that where you're currently at is temporary. B, I look at that as part of your story. Like people want the glory, but they're not willing to go through the story. And so to go through the story and realize like, man, like this is where I came from, you know, it just makes the success that much better. Like knowing that you went through hell and back, knowing that everything about your circumstances says that you shouldn't be successful, or you shouldn't attain wealth, or you shouldn't climb the business ladder. If everything says that you shouldn't be there and you make it, it's what makes it that much more fulfilling. You know, like when people,
Right.
that's why the people that have been given, like that have won the lottery, there's people that have won the lottery twice and are bankrupt. Why? They didn't earn it. They didn't deserve it. And so the fact that you're going through something makes it that much more better when you win. Number two, it actually allows you to relate with people. Like, I think it's a good thing. Like, don't go through things, grow through things, and allow it to help you build wisdom and build character and build integrity. So that way, as you have people on your team that go through those struggles, you have the ability to relate. And then number four, I never realized that I was in the nightmare. Like, I don't know about you, Jay. Like, I was living the nightmare, but thinking that I was in a dream. And the
Right.
reason is I was so focused 24/7 on selling not only the dream to my people, but selling the dream to me. I even bought my own dream that I was selling. So I would
Right.
it was like I was in the middle of a nightmare while having goggles on that allows me to only see the dream, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
like being in the nightmare, going through hell, like I didn't even realize that I was in it. Like I don't even remember going through the nightmare. As much as like I look back, I'm like, wow, like shit, I went through some stuff, right? And that's part of entrepreneurship though, you know,
Right.
and so I was just so focused on the dream that I never saw the nightmare because my eyes were laser focused on the destination of where we were going.
Amen. Yeah, I agree 100%, man. And you know, gosh, it's so hard. But I was so like you, where I was freaking broke, man. But I had all my friends thought I was making money when I was making nothing. They all thought I was making $100,000 a year before I was making 30. You know, you know the whole. Here's what I'll tell you guys, and I think this is just how I summarize it because Matt nailed it, and I don't need to say a lot on top of it at all. They always say fake it till you make it, but that I believe is bullshit. I think this is what you need to do. You need to do three words. Act as if.
As if, yeah.
Act as if. Just act as if you're making money. Act as if you're not in chargebacks. Act as if you have a team. Act as if you're an SMD. Act as if you got your ring. You know, do things to level up. Grow as fast as you can, because the next level that you're trying to get to demands the next level of you. And so you got to be the person before you could get there. Faith it till you make it. I like that, J-Rog. That's good. Any tips on sign and dies? Let them die, man, and then keep following up with them. We're in the dying business. That's why we sell life insurance. Some of them are going to die as clients. Some of them are going to die as agents. That's just how it goes.
I've never heard that one before. That's good. But no, I agree with you, man, on the act as if thing. You know,
Yeah.
I think fake it till you make it makes you question your own integrity, which is why I don't agree with it, because I almost feel like it's lying. But you got to realize that, like, what most people call an exaggeration is your affirmation. Like I remember I was like, oh, I'm going to make 100,000. Like with everything I got working, I'm going to make 100,000. With everything I got working, I'm going to make 100,000. I remember, and it was my first 12 months. Like my first month license, I made like $230. And then the next month I made like 680. And then the next month I made 1,800. And then 3,100. And then I made 4,500. And then I made 5,000. And then all of a sudden, my first 12 months license, I crossed over six figures. I was 20 years old, and it had, if you were to look at my like first month when I was telling everybody I'm gonna make with everything I got working, I'm gonna make 100,000 this year. Well, $250 times 12 is 3,000. So
Right.
based off what I made that month, it was 3,000. But you know, like I said, what everybody thought was an exaggeration became my affirmation, and it was something I was telling myself and I was telling everyone else, and eventually I bought my own story, and it ended up coming to fruition because I put it out there so many times that I believed it myself.
That's freaking awesome, bro. I love it. What are your strengths when fast starting a new recruit? What are some tips?
Me or you?
I'll answer this one. We can keep it short. Junior asked a question. I have this thought in the back of my head that I've missed out on the true opportunity due to saturation. Did you guys ever struggle with this? And how do you grow past that limiting belief or thought? I had this belief in the back of my head that I've missed out on the true opportunity due to saturation. Hey, Hussein, this is all I'll tell you, bro, is that there are but I'll just use Matt's hierarchy as an example. In San Jose, there's like 5 EMD/CE. There's no such thing as saturation in our industry, bro. There's 5 CEOs up in San Jose. You've got like John Sepulveda, you've got Randy Sakairos, you've got Bayona, you've got Olson's hierarchy. You got all these guys in the same freaking city, and they never run into each other. You do not have to think about saturation, bro. There are so many people in the world and so many people out here that you could not possibly recruit everyone. It's not even possible. And so you have definitely not missed the boat, man. In fact, I feel like the boat is just now getting ready to take off and start its journey. So you ain't got to worry about that, brother. You're at the right place at the right time. Matt, I hope your phone didn't die, bro. You can't be leaving me hanging here. We're making some moves. What are your strengths when fast starting? Hey, guys, when you're fast starting someone, very simple. Number 1, create a relationship with them. Okay? Number 2, you need to get a series of commitments. Get commitments to them to get their license, get their promotions, get in the field, and show up to meetings. It's just a series of commitments. That's just strength. You're getting a commitment from them. They're going to build a team. They're going to get their license. They're going to get their promotion. They're going to come to training. Team, license, promotion, training. Team, license, promotion, training. Team, license, promotion, training. Okay, that's what it is. It's commitments. And then you're giving them a commitment that you're going to help them. You're going to pour belief into them. You're never going to leave them on their own. You're going to work with them. You're going to do all that stuff. It's a series of commitments. Okay. Team, license. I think Matt Welsh's phone died, guys, but he'll plug it in and they get back in here. But team, license. Okay. Team, license, promotion, show up to training. That's how you do a good fast start. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I got to ask that one COC when Matt gets back on here. What approach is best for hot market? Can you keep this up after, please? What does that mean? Oh, you talking about to put it on my story for 24 hours? Yeah, that's fine. I could do that. Team, license, promotion, training. Exactly, Dan. Dan, you switched from Daniel to Dan, huh? Sheesh. Look at you doing big boy things. All right. Which approach works best in the hot, warm market for a fast start? I believe in the Help Me script, the Ethos script. Excited. I'm in training. I need your help. I just want to get your opinion and hopefully earn some referrals from you. I believe that's a powerful script, man. Isaac, I'll look for that right now. It's a powerful script. I'm all about the Help Me script. And I personally, I think you should spend 30 minutes with your new recruit, teach them the Help Me script, role play every single possible objection they could get. Give it to them on paper, practice, challenge them when they go home to set 5 to 10 appointments. I think that works very, very well. Isaac, you put more than one on here, bro. Which one you want? Elevated. I'm going to ask that one when Matt comes back on. How do you stay focused for such a long period of time and not get overwhelmed? Oh, man, guys, you guys know, I mean, I'm going to relate to you on the fact that some of you are new and you're not at our point yet. But at the end of the day, we get paid twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday. So if you're getting paid every Tuesday and Friday, I mean, dude, you're not going to get overwhelmed. It's only overwhelming when you're not winning. But you got to realize that WFG knows, yes, John, new recruits make their own calls. But once you teach them once, they can do it forever. You just got to get past that learning curve. Long period of time, WFG knows that you don't stay focused and motivated for that long. So that's why they pay you every 3 days. They pay you every 3 days on purpose because it keeps you inspired. Tomorrow's payday, baby. If WFG puts 10 to 15 G's in my bank account, I'm focused, I'm fired up, and I ain't overwhelmed. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to win. Push through the bull crap until you start winning. Once you start winning, you won't have to worry about it anymore. We entered this one. Pyramid. McDonald's is a pyramid, man. There's one on every corner. How do you help your team understand the importance of their 10 training appointments? That's a good question, Artie. Here's the thing. We got to get out in the field. I asked them a couple questions up front. Number one, are you more of a read a book and learn, or are you more hands-on? They go, no, I'm more hands-on. And I go, okay, perfect. Then we're going to do 10 training appointments in the next 10 days. 10 training appointments in the next 10 days. Our goal is to impress the people you love and care about, win referrals, win them over. This is like your grand opening, okay? We need to get out in the field right away. You can learn what we do so the business goes from your head to your heart, and our goal is to help you get your promotion, okay? Why am I going to pay you at 30% if I could pay you at 45? Why am I going to pay you at, whatever, 25 if I could pay you at 35? Depends what products you're writing out there, but let's see here. Some of these questions, I want to wait until Matt comes back on here, if he could get back on here. As long as we don't run out of signal. Instagram's been timing things out. How do you build mental toughness? Here you go. Here's a good question. Mr. D, how do we build mental toughness? Well, I'll tell you how you build mental toughness quick, like both of you did. But just don't quit, man. You get mental toughness by going through crap and not quitting, going through crap and not giving up, going through crap and, not throwing in the towel. I mean, a bone gets stronger in your body because it breaks, and it heals stronger than it was before. So you got to go through some stuff. Focus on the future. Stop thinking about tomorrow. Who cares what happens today? You're not retiring tomorrow. And because you're not retiring tomorrow, it doesn't freaking matter what happens tomorrow. You understand that? So don't quit, man. I guarantee you, Matt's been through a lot of crap and he ain't quit.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been through a lot of crap and not quit. Matt Welsh is back, ladies and gentlemen. Matt, we missed you, bro.
I missed you, man.
We had Ed Milet on here while you were gone.
Did you? That's good.
But yeah, don't quit. How many new prospects and numbers do you get on a daily basis? I get 1 to 3 every day now, but in the beginning I was getting 20 a day my first 2-3 months. That's how I got good. Matt, I got a couple questions on here that are really good questions. I saved them for you when you were back. Okay. Really, really good ones. Here's a good one right here. Mr. Sayosi Iono, what was a defining moment in your career that made you realize this was the platform that you could, whatever the heck the rest of it says, I can't even see it, but probably something that's to the sense of really make your dreams happen or really make it happen. What was a defining moment in your career? And obviously we've all got a lot of them. There's different ones along the way, but.
Yeah, I mean, a defining moment. The moment I joined the business, I went all in, Like, and I spoke about this while I was at your office, Jay, is right when I literally got coded on a test, called, after failing my test, called my boss, quit my job, called my business partner that I was opening up my business with at the time, told him that I was going full-time WFG, and after failing my test, and then went and took the test on that Friday and passed it. And so I don't think it was necessarily a defining moment, but it was just one of those things that like, it just made sense. You know, like it made sense. We're in the financial industry, which is the most highly compensated industry in the world. The services that we provide are bar none. Nobody can even come close to the way that we help people.
Right.
Every company that's on our platform are companies that are doing all the marketing, everything for us. At the time I was trying to start a business, and there was like workers' comp, there was business insurance, there was payroll, there was all this overhead. And then all of a sudden I came to WFG, and everything was done for us. Like everything was done for us, and then I get to keep. So all the overhead's taken care of for me, but yet I still get the same ownership as if I were to go, you know, launch my own corporation or start my own business. It just made sense to me. Like all the marketing, all the branding, we're helping people, we're making a difference. You can make unlimited income. I mean, most companies are selling a product, right? And there's overhead to that product. So like, let's say you buy a t-shirt, and that t-shirt's $5, and then you sell it to the company, and you have to make profit on that t-shirt. So now you sell that same $5 t-shirt for $7. And then they get that $7 t-shirt, and they have to make money. So then they mark it up to $12. And so what happens is that the actual real profit on it is very slim. The profit margin is very small. I realize when you're in the business of money, there is no overhead because you're moving money. So now there's no overhead of a product. And so when you move money, you tend to make twice as much money. And I realize that. So now I'm not having to worry about overhead of the product. There is no overhead of the product. I'm just moving money, moving wealth. And the best part about it is I'm not trying to take money out of people's pocket. All I'm trying to do is help people keep money in their pocket. So every other business in the world is trying to take money out of families' pockets. And our businesses, we're trying to put more money back into your pocket. And we make tons of money doing it. I mean, it's fulfilling. So I just looked at it as kind of like a common sense thing. I don't think it was necessarily a defining moment. Just everything added up exactly where it needed to be. And I realized I was helping people. I can make a lot of money. I can have fun. I can build relationships. I can have a brotherhood. I can, you know, like you and me are brothers, and we live in different parts of the state. You know? And I think the relationships and, you know, just like being in a locker room again, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. I agree 100%. Claudia Flores, can I join Tenacity Squad? Claudia, send me a direct message and we can chat about it. See if it's a good fit. See what you're doing now and, you know, where you're at, and see if there's something we could do that make happen. We're never hiring, but we're always expanding and looking for talent. Let's see here. Oh, this is a great question I saved for you, Matt.
Okay.
What do you think? Why do you think you both elevated at such a fast pace versus others who take longer? And let me tell you guys real fast. I'll answer on Matt's behalf. You know, having watched Matt and then now watching Matt and Allie through Instagram, through, you know, conversations and stuff, I'll give you the characteristics of them that make them win. And then you should look at yourselves and see if you have this. Number one, they have a whatever it takes mentality. Like they grind and grind and grind and grind. Both of them. They're both hungry, but even Matt, when he was in the business, you know, doing the business, I mean, just hungry, like willing to do late nights. Like tonight, it's 12:35 at night. Neither one of us override the majority of people that are on this live. I don't even know why we're doing this, Matt. But at the end of the day, it's like Matt does whatever it takes. Number two is they're willing to do the things that they don't necessarily love and enjoy. They both prospect like crazy. They're prospecting fanatics. They're recruiting fanatics. They're always looking for talent. Too many people, guys, and too many of you guys, if I'm going to be honest with you, only want to do the stuff that you like. You only want to do the stuff that's easy, the stuff that's fun, like be on Instagram Live. You're going to hang up this call and feel like you got the best training of your career. And it's possible, but that's true because I know for sure this is good stuff. But if you don't apply it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many notes you take. It doesn't make a freaking difference. You've got to be willing to do the stuff you don't like. For example, people don't want to drink a protein shake because it don't taste good. Well, it's not freaking chocolate milk. You're not drinking it for the flavor. Just like prospecting may not be fun but it's necessary. So you have to do the things that are necessary, whether you like them or not. That's something we're both willing to do. And I watch Matt and Allie go late nights and early mornings, and they grind and grind and grind for their team, and they do the stuff they don't necessarily like. Another thing that's true for Matt and Allie is they're tough. They're really freaking tough. It doesn't matter if people quit. They're freaking tough. You know, and if you're tough and you could endure some punches, you're going to be able to last more rounds. You understand that? Just like in boxing. Another thing with them guys, and one of the biggest things, and I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on, but I'm telling you what you got to do to get to the top quickly, is they got good hearts. They genuinely care about people. They really, truly see their team as people and not as numbers and dollar signs. And because of that, when they do the work and they build, people stay. And that's one of the things, is that if you can't keep people, you're just recycling people. We're not in the recycling business. And so if you could do the work, get good at it, master it, which, by the way, you need to do it, guys, more than 20 times to be a master at it. Okay, a lot of people aren't willing to go through the reps. But if you could do the work and genuinely care about people like Matt and Allie do, they really genuinely love their team. And I really believe that's one of the biggest reasons why they've elevated as quickly as they can. And Matt, you could add something to that if you want.
Well, I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate those kind words. And, you know, it's just one of those things that even like what you're doing, why are you elevating so quickly? I mean, what did he just do to me? He uplifted me. He encouraged me. He made me feel on top of the world. He identified the best in me. And so everybody in society is always trying to identify the negative in each other. And he was focusing on nothing but the positive. So that's number one. Number two, Jay has a beautiful beard, you know, and I can't grow into save my life. I think if I had a beard, I'd be further ahead. So if you can grow a beard, it's an advantage. Run with it. Does that sound good? But I think one of the biggest things is just having a servant's heart, you know, like I don't think, and I would say this about Jay as well, like it was never about us, you know, like it was never about me. It was never about Jay. It was always like when I started, it was about my family. Like I needed to win for my dad and for my mom and for my loved ones. And then as I grew in this business, it no longer was about me. It was about helping my people succeed. You know, like one of the human needs is significance. And I used to feel significance by me getting promoted and by me getting a trophy. Now I don't feel any significance from it. What I get significance from is watching our teams excel, watching our team change their life, watching our team's character change, and see somebody go from somebody who lacks self-confidence to one of the most confident people in the world, or somebody who comes from a bad neighborhood and you would never be able to tell because of how much they've worked on themselves, or seeing somebody that's deathly afraid of public speaking and now they're one of the best public speakers on our entire team, and seeing just the growth of our people and watching them succeed. Like that's the number one. I would say that's the number one characteristic of a leader. It's not a title. And a lot of times people say, okay, once I have the title, then I'll act like a leader, not realizing that if you start to act like a leader, the title will come. You know, somebody asked the question earlier, when you plan to be an SCVC. Jay's not focused on SCVC, you know, and I don't say that like not from a perspective of they're not close. They are close. He just knows that it's not about the title. He knows that if he does things organically, if he focuses on building his people, developing himself, working and becoming a better leader, growing his character, growing in all areas of his life, and then helping his team do the exact same thing, SCVC will come. It's going to come organically. Like I feel like if you run for a promotion, you're going to get tired, but if you build your way to a promotion, you're going to earn it and it's going to sustain. Right?
Boom.
And I would say that's a big part of it, is a lot of times people are running for the promotion because they're promotion driven. One thing that makes leaders successful in this business, like Jay, is he's never focused on the title. Like if he wanted EMD, he could have popped out the EMD promotion already. If he wanted a CEO, they can knock it out. They already have the points. It's not about the title. It's about doing things the right way. Don't build a business temporarily. Like don't do anything temporarily that's going to affect your long-term business. Like I'm thinking about long-term, right? What is the long-term? What is our long-term goal? Well, long-term, we want to become financially independent. So I can either take the shortcut, not necessarily a shortcut, but I can do the little like run and hit a promotion and then everything crumble, or I can build my way there so it never goes backwards again. Right? It should be a constant increase in your business. It shouldn't be up and down. Like business isn't up and down, people are. And that's why Jay's business is always moving in an upward direction, is because he's not up and down. You know, people lack emotional intelligence, people lack mental toughness. And when your emotions are all over the place, so is your business. Like I said, business isn't up and down, right? Your emotions are. And so if you can learn to control your emotions and learn and develop more mental toughness, like the last question that you guys asked, then business becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, for sure. I
and
agree.
then just outwork people under the table. Like,
Yep.
you know, most people are not willing to put in half days, 12-hour days. Most people are not willing to work 16-hour days. And the few that are will get what everyone can't get. You know, entrepreneurship is living a couple of years like most won't, so you can live the rest of your life like everyone can.
Exactly. That's good. And that goes to Adon's question right here of why people's business becomes stagnant. I'll answer that real quick, but at the end of the day, it's what Matt just said, is that people are ride the emotional roller coaster and they stop doing what got them results to begin with.
Yeah.
And they just sell out too small. I mean, they just sell out too small. And that's ultimately how you become stagnant. You stop recruiting, you stop doing what got you the momentum that you had, and you just don't get anywhere because of it. And it's Matt and I's number one advantage is when everyone else stops.
Yeah.
You know, people go, how do you guys get so far up? It's like, well, we just didn't stop, you know. We go through the same crap as everyone else, but we do it whether we want to do it or not. Can't just grind on the days you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do in the beginning to develop discipline in recruiting? I don't know, Matt, what do you think?
I mean, all discipline is self-love. You know, that's what Will Smith says, and I think it's so powerful. It's like, I love myself so much that I'm not going to eat this bad meal, or I love myself so much that regardless of whether I feel like prospecting somebody I need to, or regardless of whether I feel like making the phone call, I love myself so much that I need to make that phone call. And so self-discipline just comes from self-love, I truly believe. And I think one of the ways that helps develop your self-love as well, or I would say what helps you have the discipline, is just stack your reasons. Like, you don't need to just have one reason. People always say, oh, you need a why that makes you cry. Like, you do need a why, but it's a lot more powerful to have like 100 whys. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you have like the reason I want to win in this business is because I want to be able to go to the gas station and not fill up my tank for $13 and just fill it up all the way. You know, like, I was at a point where it's like, okay, well, if I fill it up all the way, then I'm not going to have food to eat, or if I'm not going to have money to eat. So I'll put in $13 now. It will get me over these next 3 days where I can get paid, right? So, like, use that as a why. You know, that was originally for me, I was like, okay, I want to be able to fill my gas tank up. I want to be able to go out to dinner and go to dinner where I want to go to dinner. I want to be able to have an actual suit that fits me and not wear a suit that's not fitted. I want to be able to have, you know, a car that actually you don't have to pray that it's going to turn on. You know, I want to be able to retire my dad. I want to be able to take care of my mom. I want to be able to make sure that Allie's family is taken care of. So if all of a sudden you stack all these whys, it outweighs the reasons on why not to. You know?
Right.
And I think people have more reasons on why they don't want to do the business rather than more reasons on why they need to do the business. So utilize everything as almost like a log to your fire. And the more logs you add to the fire, the hotter it's going to burn. And utilize everything as an excuse on why you want, like use everything as a log. Like, I always tell our guys, like, everything that happens, use it as a log. Figure out some way to connect it as a log that's going to build your fire even hotter. And I think that's what keeps you going, you know, because then all of a sudden, if you don't want to do something, you think to yourself, well, it's either I do it and I don't like it, but I know I need to, and I get the result, or I don't do it at all and I stay exactly where I'm at, which sucks. Like,
Right.
apples to apples. Like, you know, that's just kind of how I look at it.
No, I love it. I freaking love it.
That's
It's good stuff. It's good stuff, guys. We're just about done here because Instagram Live told me we've got about 3 minutes. Oh gosh, why don't we?
Jay, I got a question.
Yeah.
How many? What would you say is the true sign of a leader?
Yeah. Well, and then we'll end with that. I think, Matt, the true sign of a leader is someone who's willing to do what it takes and to do it first. I think a leader gets in the hole with everybody else and digs with them. I think a leader gives more than they take. I think a leader make sacrifices for other people. I think a leader puts others before themselves. I think a leader cares and pours belief into people. I think a leader is willing to